This video is really long overdue. I remember in my previous video I promised to talk about all you need to know before you apply for the Tier 4 student visa. Well, today we are going to be talking about that. So if you have been waiting, or if you haven't watched my previous video, or if you're looking for who to convince you why you need to apply for a student visa in the United Kingdom, then this video is for you. If you're thinking about coming to the United Kingdom next year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now, this video is also for you. And please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that Miss Maki has dropped a video on all you need to know before you apply for the Tier 4 student visa. So I'll be sharing all the details that I feel is important, the funds you need to pay, and how to go about the whole Tier 4 student visa. So please share my video and don't go away. Before we continue, I want to share something with you. Have you noticed I'm looking chic today? Who knows the secret? Well, if you don't, it's my pretty turban from Neon Afrique. Yes, I'm dropping the link to her handle, her Instagram handle in the description box, so you can do well to click it and make your purchase. This is a pretty turban. I didn't have to wrap it myself. It came factory made, and all I needed to do was just wear it on. Very easy and chic. So get yours today from Neon Afrique. They are based in the United Kingdom, and tell them that Miss Maki sent you to get a watering discount. So without wasting much time, let's get right into it. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amaka, but you can call me Miss Maki. If it's your first time of seeing my video, you are welcome to my small community. Here we share information that are important to help you migrate to the United Kingdom. We have fun here. This is the channel where if you want to relax, you need to be here. So what are you waiting for? Click on the subscribe button and be a part of this local community. And if you're a returning subscriber, you already know I appreciate you. Thanks for watching my video. Thanks for sharing my video. Thanks for referring people to me. I really appreciate. Thank you guys. So let's get right into it. If you've watched my previous videos, we talked about the migrating to the United Kingdom via the Tier 2 skilled worker visa, where the United Kingdom listed the healthcare assistant job under the shortage occupation list. Apparently many people got the job. Good news. Some people didn't get a reply. Well, no hope lost. And that was a very good route. That was very easy for people to migrate to the United Kingdom. But then if that road didn't work for you, another thing for you is to try the student visa, which is the Tier 4 visa. Yes, it's also another easy way to migrate to the United Kingdom, coming as a student to the United Kingdom. Yes, I said that because many agencies closed up and vacancies were filled up, so everybody obviously can't get it, and I felt that this is an opportunity for you to also leave your country, come here, and who knows, things might turn around for you. So now let me explain the process. But the good news is that if you're coming with Tier 4 student visa, you can also migrate with your family. Yes, the United Kingdom supports family. So if you're coming as a student, your wife or your husband can be the dependent, your children can also come here with you, and all the goodies they get to enjoy, which is their free healthcare. So please watch this video to the very end so you get all the information as I'm going to be sharing this with you. So now let's start. Who is eligible to apply? For you to be able to apply for the Tier 4 student visa, you should be up to 16 years and above. You must have gotten an offer in a university of your choice in the United Kingdom, and you should be able to sponsor yourself and be able to pay for your course. And lastly, you must be able to write, speak, and understand English language. That is where the IELTS comes into play. Yes. And before we continue, the most important of all is, do you have your international passport? If you don't have your international passport, well, pause this video, make that call, book an appointment, and get your international passport, because that is number one. The very important, most important thing you need to have before you even think about submitting your application to any tertiary institution in the United Kingdom. Now the next thing is when to apply. So it depends on if you're applying from outside or within the UK. So if you're applying from outside of the United Kingdom, usually you should apply 6 months before your course starts, and usually you get a decision within 3 weeks. If you're applying from within the United Kingdom, you must do that before your current visa expires. That's if you want to switch or extend your visa. So you must apply for a Tier 4 student visa before your current visa expires, and usually get a decision within 8 weeks. Now, how long you can also stay in the UK depend on the course you've applied for or what you've already studied in the United Kingdom. If your course is at degree level, you can usually stay up in the UK for up to 5 years. And if it's something below the degree level, you can always stay in the UK for up to 2 years. And you can either extend your visa, switch your visa, or apply for a graduate visa. And don't forget, for you to apply for a graduate visa, you must be present in the United Kingdom, which is going to give you another 2 years to be able to work. Good news, right? So yes, make that application today. Let's continue. When you can travel to the UK also depends on the length of the course you have applied for. If your course is 6 months or less, you can travel up to a week before your course starts. And if your course is 6 months or above, you can travel up to 1 month before your course starts. Please note, you cannot travel before the start date given on your visa. So it's very, very important that you look at the dates given on your visa before you travel. Well, no airline will carry you. Whether it's a day to, or 24 hours to, or few days or few minutes to. No, it must be on that date given on your visa that you can travel. So this is the key note that you must note, because many people have made this mistake in the past. So let's not repeat same mistake twice. Now let's talk about the most important, which is the cost of the visa. Now the cost of the visa, if you apply from outside of the United Kingdom, per student is £363 as at the time of making this video. But then I understand that there's an increment to the various visa categories in the United Kingdom. I'm going to be making a video on that, so we'll now know what the new visa fee is. But at the time I was making this video, for a student, your visa is £363 if you're applying from outside of the United Kingdom. And if you're applying from within the United Kingdom, it is £490. So if the new increment affects you, I'm going to let you know when I make a video on the latest increment in visa. But if not, this is the price. And don't forget that if you're having a dependent, if you're having children, each person, their own price is per person. So it's not like 363 for the whole family. No, it's 363 for every individual that is applying under their tier 4 student visa. Please take note. And don't forget that you also have to pay the health surcharge. And the health surcharge depends on how long your course is going to last, or how long you have to be in the United Kingdom. And also, if you're coming alone, if you're coming with a dependent, a child, 2 children, so all of that is going to be imputed to be able to calculate your health surcharge. And yes, you can come with your family under the tier 4 student visa. So it's not just you. If you're applying as the woman, your husband will be your dependent, and your children can also come with you using this very visa. This is good news. This country supports family a whole lot. So please, you need to bank on this and make the application today. And I want you to note this, that with a tier 4 student visa, you have limitation as to what you can or cannot do. You can study, which obviously is the reason for making the application. You can work as a student union sabbatical officer, and then you can work, but you know there's limitation. So it depends on where you're working. If you're working with a private organization or any place you're working, usually it's 20 hours per week. But if you're working with the NHS, remember in my previous video I talked about if you're working as a student with the NHS, you can work above 20 hours, but with other organizations it's still 20 hours. And it also depends whether you're doing your 10 time or out of 10 time. And then what you cannot do is that you cannot work as a sports person. You cannot claim public fund. You cannot work at an academy or local authority that is funded. Please avoid all this. And when you get your visa where it is stamped, you see the limitations as to what you cannot do. Please do not claim public fund to avoid having a red flag. Now let's talk about your course. Now you must have an unconditional offer of a place on a course with a licensed student sponsor. And to be able to prove this, your education provider usually sends you a reference number, which we all know as CAS, which is the confirmation of acceptance for studies. So when they give you this reference number, that is what you're going to use to be able to make the application for your tier 4 student visa. The courses you can do in the United Kingdom, I'm going to be sharing my screen with you so that you know the courses you can do in the United Kingdom. A full-time course leading to a qualification that's below degree level, RQF level 3, 4 or 5 with at least 15 hours a week of organized daytime study. A full-time course leading to a qualification that's degree level or above, RQF level 6, 7 or 8. A full-time course at degree level or above, RQF level 6, 7 or 8, that's equivalent to a UK higher education course and is being delivered as part of a longer course overseas. A part-time course leading to a qualification that's above degree level, RQF level 7 or above. A recognized foundation program for postgraduate doctors or dentists. An English language course at level B2 or above in a common European framework or reference for languages. You can also apply for this visa if you're taking a full-time elected position as a student union sabbatical officer. Keynote, so if you can make the application. Now let's go to the meat of this whole talk, which is the money you need. Now, money you need depends on your circumstances, but you need to show that you have enough funds to be able to pay for your course and support yourself for the period you're going to be in the United Kingdom. Although there are instances where you're going to get scholarship, either 50%, 70% or 20%. But however it is, you should be able to show that you have enough funds to support yourself and pay for your course while you are in the United Kingdom. For your course fee, I need to show you have enough money to be able to pay for 1 academic year, which is up to 9 months. And the amount you pay will be in your confirmation of acceptance for studying. Now, there's a but. If you've been to the United Kingdom with a valid visa for up to 12 months, you do not have to prove or show proof of fund if you're coming in as a student. So like I said earlier, you will need to show proof of fund that you can pay for your course and support yourself. But if you have been to the United Kingdom with a valid visa for up to 12 months, you don't need to show proof. And then the money you will need depends on where you'll be undertaking this study. Now, if you're going to be staying in somewhere like the London, which is the heart of the United Kingdom, you'll be needing to show up to that you have up to £1,334 by 9 months. So you can do the calculation. And if you're studying in other places, not London, I think you need to show that you have up to £1,023 for up to 9 months. So you can calculate and know how much it is. £1,234, £334 for 9 months, and £1,023 for 9 months. That is if you're outside London. And please note that this amount has to be in your account, your bank account, for 28 days prior to when you submit your visa application. Take for example, if you're submitting your application on the 1st of April, that money must have been in your account throughout the month of March. That's before you make your application on the 1st of April. Yes, but for you to be safe, let that money stay in your account beyond the 1st of April when you're making that application. And also, if you have a student loan, a financial loan, or you have a sponsor, then you need to provide evidence that these are people that are going to be paying your fee when you're making your application. And also, there are instances where you do not need to show proof of funds. There are 3 instances. Now, if you've had a valid visa for up to 12 months, up to the time when you're trying to apply for the student visa, or if you are applying for a student union sabbatical officer or a postgraduate doctor or dentist working on a recognized foundation program, you do not need to show proof of fund if you fall within this 3 category. But if not, please have these funds in your account for up to 28 consecutive days. So then you can make your application and get your tier 4 student visa and be on your way to the country. And like I stated earlier, you will need to prove your level of English, that you can speak, write, and understand English. There are certain categories that you do not need to prove your knowledge of English. That if you have successfully done this in the previous application, if you're a Canadian citizen, and if you're coming to study in the United Kingdom as part of a university degree course in the United States, you do not need to do the proof of English test. Now, let's talk about the documents you will need to apply for a tier 4 student visa. First and foremost, you need to have a valid international passport or other valid travel document, and you need to have your CAS from your course provider. Next, you need to have your tuberculosis tests Very important. Also, you need to have a written application from your course provider. Also, you need to show, like, if you're under sponsorship, you need to show like an evidence from your financial provider. You also need to show like a consent letter from your parents or your guardian. And lastly, you need to show proof that you have enough money to support yourself and pay for your course for the period you're going to be in the country. So now, when we have successfully done all of this, now the next thing is to make your application. You make your application online, upload all documents that we have listed before, upload all of them, and please don't forget your CAS. It is very, very important, because without that, there's no proof that you're coming here to study. We've got an unconditional offer of a place on a course by an education provider, so that is very, very important. So you make your application, upload all your documents, you go to any center in your location, do your biometrics there, and then God's willing, your application is successful and you get your biometric resident permit, and then you can be on your way to the United Kingdom as a student. Very easy. I told you guys it was very easy. This is also another easy way for you to come into the country. This route is one way you want to explore, and then, you know, be here. Like I told you earlier, who knows, things might turn around and you might see yourself migrating from a tier 4 student visa to a tier 2 skilled worker visa. So in order to keep it short and simple, I hope the processes are clear, and if you have any question, please pop it in the comment section and I'll do well to answer your question. And please start making your application now, because you have all the time to gather your documents and do what's needed of you to submit your application and get your choice university today. So please, any question, don't forget to pop it in the comment section. And like I said earlier, share this to a friend that knows a friend that has a friend who wants to go to the United Kingdom, but they don't understand what they need to do or what they ought to do. This information, I believe, is clear enough. So please share my video to everybody, and if it's you I am talking to, make your application today. All right guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please click on the subscribe button below, and you can also turn on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to get a notification anytime I drop a new video. All right guys, thank you so much, and I hope we got all the information we needed, and see you guys in my next video.